All right, last part of the conversation with our handstand station is going to be around handstand walking. All right. I always ask this question to my groups whenever I'm working with them, and I have very close to 100% success rate with the answer that I want. So let's see whether or not you guys are on board with the way that you train these. How do you train your handstand walks right now? The answer that I normally get is that I just do it. I just do it. What do you mean you just do it? Well, you know, I start here and then I kick up and I walk until I fall, and that's my handstand walk. And I walked 5 feet, I'm ready for the CrossFit Games. Throw me in, coach. Yeah. That is not a handstand walk. And that's what we see a lot of people doing and just hoping that that's gonna turn into something with further distance. That's a controlled fall or an inevitable fall. So it's much different in terms of intention rather than saying, how can I find balance and then take a step with purpose and intention? And that's what we're gonna try to do today. So as a global comment with this stuff, what I would want you to be thinking about is trying to walk on our hands in the same way that we walk on our feet. That's going to be kind of the general methodology here. What do we do on our feet? How can we apply that to what we want to be doing on our hands? Questions there? Two things are changing positionally from what we've been talking about up to this point. One is we're not going to create a nice perfect alignment anymore, not a stacked shape. We are going to be creating a little bit of an arch because that arch is going to allow for momentum to be going in the direction that we want to be traveling. But the arch needs to be a uniform arch, and this is the critical difference between what we're seeing in most people and what we want to be seeing. Uniform arch is critical. Two, head is going to be tilted up a tiny bit. So we're not going to be looking at that point between our thumbs anymore. I want to tilt the head up just a tiny bit and look at a point that's about 10 inches in front of your fingertips. That will give us the ability to actually see the direction that we're trying to travel. All right, so those are the main two differences in terms of handstand positioning. I'm going to show you two handstands right now. Handstand walking. I'm going to walk one way, basically halfway, then I'll change position and show you another variation. I want you to watch from the sides and tell me what the difference was between version 1 and version 2. All right, so let's take a look at that. Get set up here. Version 1 in that arch, eyes up, starting to walk. Version 2. Any difference between version 1 and version 2?
Shoulder angle was broken.
Absolutely, 100%. Did you guys see that? The shoulder angle was broken, right? So in the first one, broken shoulder angle, the arch was coming solely from my lower back. This is the most common handstand walk you're going to see from most people. And it won't just be a lower back arch. You'll see a lot of bending from the knee, or I'm going to wear heavy shoes to take me in the direction that I'm trying to travel. And the reason why they need to do that is because there's a disconnect. The torso is moving back in the direction that they came from because of that broken shoulder angle. So they have to fight like hell to get the weight to travel forward. If we have a uniform arch, like I showed on the second variation, all of the weight is pulling me in that direction. One of the things I hear a lot is, you went faster on the second one. I didn't go faster on purpose. I mean, because I wanted to try to go faster. I went faster because my position pulled me in that direction. Just like if you see a sprinter taking out from the blocks, what happens? The further they lean, the faster they can potentially go if their feet can catch up. You never see this out of the blocks, right? Bang! Right? Everybody laughs. It's laughable. Why would you ever do that? But in a handstand walk, that's what everybody's go-to is. That's exactly what you do. You throw your limbs out and hope for the best. So we need to be thinking about, how do I get momentum in that direction before I actually take a step? So that comes back to the conversation about opening up of the shoulder angle. Back to our handstand rock and our box rocks drills. If you're limited here and I'm trying to travel forward, I have to do this to allow for weight to go in that direction, or just throw myself into it. All right? So if your limitation is shoulder angle, we know where we need to spend our time. Soft tissue, T-spine, shoulder. So we talked about from the beginning. Make sense on that? All right.